have been some very strange updates spotted at various UK theme parks, including entertainment making a return, some potential refurbishments, and a monster truck. Even more new rides and roller coasters are opening around the world, with one being themed to flying Doner Kebabs, and with an epic new theme park opening over in Orlando. Annual pass holder previews have begun, and there's been quite a few complaints there. It's been a very hectic week because all that and even more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, welcome back to the series that has had a grammatical error in its intro for the past year. This past week in theme parks, where we take a look at the past week in news at all the different theme parks around the globe. And this week has been crazy, so if you want to skip to specific stories, use the video progress bar chapters below. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. These videos do take a lot of research and time to make, so any support is very much appreciated. And something that you might appreciate, or you might not care about, if you are an avid watcher of this series, the quickfire segment has returned as of today after its 2-week hiatus. Because there's a lot of smaller news that I tend to cover a lot quicker because there's no point in stalling on it for too long, and that hasn't been the case for the past 2 weeks, but it is now. So let's get into the quickfire segment. Over in America, Six Flags America have had some new trains delivered for Superman Ride of Steel, and don't they look lovely? La Ronde over in Canada has introduced some brand new trains for their Boomerang coaster called Boomerang, and they also look a little bit generic but quite nice. Lost Island theme park over in America as well. They announced a while back a brand new RMC single rail coaster called Fire Runner, and that has now gone vertical as seen pictured here. Still don't get how fire runs, but we'll talk about that another time. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, longest roller coaster name in existence, over at Universal's Islands of Adventure in Orlando, has had a bit of downtime in the past week, worrying a lot of visitors, wondering whether or not it will actually stay closed for ages or reopen at some point, and it was closed for a couple days, but reopened anyway. The Beast at Kings Island had some brand new retracking take place, and that has now been completed, and we have a POV to showcase those new profiled areas. Wow, look at it go. And talking of retracking, we have a new update from Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce to do with their new Titan track that has been installed, and that is, I keep saying it, but it looks lovely. And 3 times the charm, retracking wise, the Boss at Six Flags St. Louis. We have a new update on that regarding its new Titan track too. 4 times the charm, does that make sense? Because Shivering Timbers over at Michigan's Adventure has been undergoing a brand new refresh of its track. Not a retrack, not Titan track, just a refresh. Although part is missing. Please do not run the ride when it's like that. A while back, you may have remembered we did get an update of a brand new Vekoma tilt coaster at Cotaland via a CCTV image from a NASCAR race. Well, I never thought I'd see the day, but a roller coaster called the Pigeon Forge Racing Coaster actually sponsors a NASCAR car. That was revealed in the past 7 days, and I'm flabbergasted. Even the pigeon outside is going crazy at this. The roller coaster manufacturer Vekoma has announced that they will be moving their offices in Orlando, which I think apparently they were in Orlando anyway. They're just moving elsewhere in Orlando. That's one of those things I've seen everywhere, so I had to mention it. Demon at Six Flags America again has had its height restriction gone from 42 inches to 44. Disneyland Paris have begun work on the Lion King area and have also reopened their Lego shop. Woohoo! The brand new water park at Isle of Discovery will be opening next Friday for guests to visit. The gondolas have been revealed for Liseberg's brand new breakdance ride, which is indoors and looks very steampunky and epic. Hossoland in Poland has had some brand new roller coasters actually gone vertical, and there's a lot going on there. Merlin Annual Pass released a Instagram post with the smiler as the photo with this caption. Someone did not double check that post before it went out. Efteling have gone and opened their brand new refurbished Wonder Hotel, and just look how magical it looks. And this is quite old footage, so it's not actually a recent news piece, but it was uncovered in the past week. Some brand new footage was shown of a Jaws animatronic on a ride car, sort of following it in this footage here, and it was uncovered. It looks so cool. Animatronics nowadays and back then are incredible, as they seem to be at Universal's new theme park opening this year in May. I forgot to say, but this is when we go into the longer news pieces because the quickfire segment's done. Put the gun away. it's time. Epic Universe has had its doors open for quite some time for team member previews, media and press previews, and now annual pass holder days. All the rides are in technical rehearsal, and there's been varying different things that have come from this, such as a huge confusion about what the rules are with early entry and stuff like that with annual pass holders. Apparently one place was telling everyone, oh, you're going to get early entry. Other places said no idea what's going on with that. On the first day of previews, there was a brand new sign up at the entrance that said virtual line will be used for the Ministry of Magic Dark Ride, and it didn't specify when those times for the virtual line would become available. So it basically said keep an eye on your phone all day, live in it, and wait for a time to come up, and that didn't really sit well with a lot of people, understandably. But it seems like that's become easier, and I don't think that will be a thing when it comes to the park's actual opening, as I hope won't be a smell that has become very pungent, apparently, outside of Stardust Racers. I hadn't seen anything about this before these annual pass holder previews, so unless they've just done it for pass holders as if to say, have that, unless it's some sort of sewage problem that's only recently occurred, I don't know, but there's a lot of people complaining about it within the area of Stardust, so hopefully they can get that sorted. Another interesting thing that's taken place in the States of the United America is over at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, also in Florida, where nothing physical has happened, but they have put out an online survey for pass holders asking which of the new following attractions would motivate you most to go to Busch Gardens in the next 12 months. It says about a themed family ride where a story-driven indoor ride takes guests through multiple immersive scenes with special effects. That's quite interesting. But also the mention of a high thrill coaster, specifically talking about tall drops, speed, loops. It makes me think that this coaster is definitely going to be a Hyper or maybe a Giga, but we'll have to wait and see, because that has intrigued me on what Busch Gardens are going to do next. But elsewhere in the world, we know exactly what some parks are planning to do next. First of all, going back to Disneyland Paris, where we have Adventure World, or Studios, that it currently is, where they have actually taken down a main centre piece of those construction walls, and you can actually see all the way down to where the world of Frozen is going to be, along with the lake that's going to be underneath. And I do still find it funny how there's a world of Frozen in Adventure World, worlds inside worlds, but it's great to see that view opening up already. Something else that opened up that is a very, very famous ride is Vliegende Hollander at Efteling, their water coaster, very much renowned for being the best in the park, which really upsets me because it's been closed both times I went. But that's reopened after a huge refurbishment with a brand new scene as well, or a reworked scene, I'm not too sure, and it looks incredible. I'll be back, because third time lucky, I should be able to ride it next time. And depending on when I next visit Efteling too, there may be some new rides coming, because they have announced that the Baron mini drop towers that were rumoured a little while back, and we covered that here, they have shared some official concept art of it, and it does actually look like it's going to be a really, really good little family area for that. The little Baron wheels on the top with the drop towers, they're very small drop towers, so nothing that amazing. That will be opening in summer of 2026. I think it looks great, so I'm here for this, as I am the brand new spinning roller coaster at Parc Asterix in France, because that has been caught testing for the first time as well. And as much as it's not spinning too much at the moment, that's because it's full with these big dummies, and it's not really an unbalanced spin yet, so there'll be a lot more spinning to be had on that ride. But it looks great, the theming and everything like that, the actual track colour and everything. Love it. What they might not love is the fact that their wooden roller coaster, Tonnerre to Zeus, rolled back the other day. Now that wooden coaster has so much speed to it, I have no idea how that's happened, but I guess it's just another rollback to add to the list of the amount of them that's happened recently. Wrath of Rakshasa, once again, we keep talking about this ride, and I did say the next time will be when it tests. That's what's happened. The new dive coaster at Six Flags Great America has begun testing, and as much as it didn't hold on the drop this time round, which means it'll probably have a little bit more speed in this video because it will hold in the future, it does look like it's running very, very fast, and it looks like a very enjoyable dive coaster. The newer dive coasters actually look great, except from the classic B&M rattles and bonks. Hansa Park have also been busy building their brand new rides for, I believe, this year and 2026. That might be wrong, which so far looks to be a brand new family Gerstauer coaster that actually does open next year. It literally says it on the fence. And a nice little Rockin' Tug style ride too. And on top of that, I'm not going to try and pronounce the park's name because I feel like I'm going to mess it up. But at the park that you can see named on screen right now, right here, As you can see, I ain't going to try and pronounce that. A brand new flat ride has opened. One like the, the Red Arrow Skyforce at Blackpool Pleasure Beach that's soon not going to be there. So a Gerstlauer Skyfly, as we'll call it. That sort of ride. What could it be themed to? Maybe like a plane, or I don't know. Maybe worst we could go is like fighter jets. That's not even that bad of a theme. I don't really know what the worst thing it could be themed to, the one that links the least. Well, I think they've actually shown us what that theme is, because they've just opened their own version of this ride, but themed to flying Doner Kebabs. I'm not even joking. This ride looks ridiculous. I mean, it has literally got a Doner Kebab thing as the sort of main spine of the ride, and then at the top it's got some theming based on that theme as well. What is this, man? First you have the Jesus roller coaster, and now we have flying Doner Kebabs. Life is amazing. We seriously need one here in the UK. And talking of, we're now going to travel back to the homeland, to the UK. Play the anthem. No, not that one. But we've come back here because this week there's been a lot of strange happenings there. So let's get into it. Starting in Blackgang Chine in the Isle of Wight, their brand new pirate ship, the Jolly Robin, has opened and has been complete. Obviously, because it's opened. Might have to get out there and try it myself. As I will on the complete other end of England, up at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, try out their brand new ride, Launchpad. Because as much as it's not opened yet, they have been fully testing it now with its full ping up, because originally we saw it going slowly up and down, so I'm glad that's not the cycle, and instead we're actually going to be able to go. It looks a bit more forceful than the original, so that's really good to see. Meanwhile, over at Chessington World of Adventures, they have now said bye-bye to Scorpion Express fully. Technically, this has happened multiple weeks before, but it was properly uncovered this week, and maybe that was the past week, because I saw this in person the other week. What am I talking about? But apparently it's not common knowledge, but yeah, Scorpion Express at Chessington is completely demolished now. And over at Thorpe Park, there's been some work going on there with Hyperia, where supposedly, shout out to Theme Park Guide, they have spotted some new workings on the splashdown feature, so we could definitely see the splashdown return to that. Or this could be another case of enthusiasts seeing a brand new wire somewhere in the park and going, that's leading to the new ride. But no, it would be good to see that splashdown return, because as much as it didn't get you wet, it was a nice little centerpiece. And something that has been the centerpiece of a lot of Merlin theme parks is entertainment. And towards the start of this year, there was that entire debacle of no more entertainments at the parks. Loads of different shows and like entertainment teams were being axed, and Merlin wasn't really looking in the right direction. But now they've signed a deal with RWS Global. Sentence stops there. And that company is an entertainment company, and they have now signed a partnership with Merlin. And interestingly, looking through their portfolio, they have actually helped with some things at different theme parks around the world, such as Land of Legends, Europa Park is even mentioned, there's Disney Cruise Line has been mentioned as well. And yeah, announcing that they're actually going to be partnering with Merlin to make some new entertainments for Alton Towers, Chessington and Legoland is very, very exciting. Will we see some new shows? Will we just see a sort of amped up event at the end of the year, such as Scarefest? Or will they literally just provide a brand new Alton Bear? Who knows? But yeah, I thought that was quite strange to see, especially with how they reacted to the fact entertainments were going, basically saying, yeah, it's fine. Now they're sort of bringing it back in, which is weird. But what's also weird is some of the stuff that has been spotted at Alton Towers this past week. The first of which is actually a godsend, is the fact they have removed some of the stickers from the monorail trains. Hallelujah. We've been wanting to see out those windows and not have to squint our eyes through the little black dots on there. Just no. We've been waiting for this moment for so long, and I really hope that isn't just a maintenance thing and they can actually remove them off of all the trains. The exposition food seems to have returned down in X Sector as well, sort of just the little vans that I wish were actually a flat ride, but there we go. As said, more food options in X Sector than there is rides now. And as well, we have an announcement from Paulton's Park. That's not Alton Towers. I've messed that up. Just quickly, because I completely forgot about this, but Paulton's Park are actually going to be making an announcement to do with their Viking-themed area coming very soon, in a month's time, at the Superfan Day or the Ghostly Manor opening day. I will be there, so there'll be a vlog from that, and there'll be full coverage of that entire announcement when we do get it. But will we see an actual sort of, this is what this coaster's going to be, this is what this coaster's going to be? Will we see that Mack Striker, Mack Water Coaster? Who knows what it's going to be? I'm just excited to see it. But that's not that strange, because now we're going to go back to Alton Towers, like we were supposed to be on topic of, where a monster truck has appeared just outside of where the Blade used to be. Now you might think, a monster truck? What on earth is that doing in Forbidden Valley? Well, it's sort of just a pickup truck, not a monster truck, but the pickup truck is carrying Monster. Yeah, a brand new Monster Energy truck has crashed into Forbidden Valley.
Hey, build the helicopter and off to the rescue.
Behind that pickup truck is this massive trailer with Monster, the energy drink, with vending machines and like this little screen and everything, and you'd think it'd look quite out of place. But it really doesn't. They've sort of themed it in with the green and black chevrons of Toxicator and also put some tentacles on it, like a road sign crashed into, some wheels and like some smoke. I think it looks amazing. Genuinely one of the best sort of sponsorship things I've seen in an area at Alton Towers. Literally, they could have that as just a generic drink stand and I would be happy. It looks incredible. What do you think to all of this news this past week? It's been a pretty hectic one. And a very strange one. Leave your thoughts below and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next episode in 2 weeks' time. I am not here. Goodbye.